Hey, you're early.
Dedicated supporter.
Yes,
We see
yes.
you.
We appreciate you. You're here as we just came on. So, guys.
Yeah. Sorry about not giving you guys any videos. I mean, even though everybody not in here, sorry about not giving you guys any videos last week.
Last Friday.
Last Friday, we just, got a little caught up in stuff. So, we will be back this week with the banger.
Yeah, guys.
Friday didn't go as planned. I will have a little surprise for you guys.
Yeah, so look out for that one, guys.
Yeah, we'll have a little surprise. So, like when I want to watch the upcoming vlogs and videos that we have coming, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, let us get into it.
Tonight, hey.
Tonight we are talking about sexual education in schools. Should it be taught in schools? Hi, Jasana. Yeah, so should sexual education be taught in schools, and when should it be taught in schools? All of that stuff.
Yeah.
We're just here to have a discussion. Remember, you can call us at 365-2191 if it is that
That's
you have
right.
if you have a thought and you don't want to type, or you prefer, to let your voice be heard.
Mm-hmm.
You can always call us and we will listen in on the live. All right?
Yeah, so we can have a discussion. Everyone will hear what your thoughts when you call in.
Yes, I am just putting on this. So remember, we're only live for 15 minutes, guys. So we will just hear you out, tell our opinions, and share our views on the topic, and then that's that.
Yeah.
So last week was really interesting. We did abortion. Should
That one was
abortion be
heated.
legal? Yeah. So I think
I
we
didn't
kind
even
of
get to share all that I had to share in terms of how I feel about the topic, but I mean, it was very heated and a good discussion overall.
yeah. So let's talk. Should sexual education be taught in schools? What's your answer on it?
So, Ash and I spoke about the topic, of course, and I think, and I was saying as well to her, that I believe there should be a study, and she said that there should be studies out there already on the age in which persons start to engage in sexual activities. So, from preteen, teen to young adulthood.
Yeah, I said she started learning it recently, and now me just 12.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think it's very important to be implemented in the schooling system, because you want the young people to hear from it, hear about sex in a way in which, alright, you can share, Ash. I'm gonna get my thoughts together first.
Alright, so for me, my simple answer is yes. As to the age, okay, let me see what Jasana said, and then I can share back what I have to say. So yo, I'm not gonna call your name tonight. Hey girl, yeah. It definitely should. School is where most teens and young adults go and find out about sex. Most of the things we hear are from our peers.
Exactly.
Are not even safe. So why not give us the proper education?
Right.
Also, some parents don't have these discussions at home.
Exactly.
Yep. Earlier when Dave and I were discussing the topic, there's the same exact
things we were saying.
were raised, because like for me, I honestly do believe that sexual education should be taught in schools, because I mean, everybody talk about sex in high school, right? To start exploring sexual stuff.
I think you can start learning by 10. Continue.
At least once, I'm sure every one of us have searched something sexual on the internet, because we were curious. That is just, you want to know about sex because you never experienced it before, and you hear others talking about it. You hear it in songs, and especially like our Jamaican music, you always hear people talking about, the male artists talking about sex in a very aggressive way.
As well.
And females, they talk about stuff So we just go off based on what we hear, so we do it that way. And then when actual time comes now, which is when you're married, of course, when that time comes for you to have sex, you realize how much you really don't know, and how much you have to gradually learn over time. And actually it's something to be learned, because you, first of all, you have to know the person that you're having sex with. You have to learn about sexual hygiene, because there will be times when, if you're not very well educated on it, you might buck up on infections, your pH balance levels. There are so many technicalities that we just don't understand about sex drive, all kind of stuff. So I definitely think these things should be taught in schools, but it also should be stressed that, the legal age to have sex, when it is okay to have sex. Don't just go around, being promiscuous and having multiple sex partners, diseases, stuff like that.
Yes, so Janelle says it's a delicate topic because you would want to educate children, but they're so womanly and manly. It's a risk, and it might help prevent teenage pregnancy, but rise sexual activities amongst children.
That's very true.
Maybe
So
preteen or teens.
maybe preteen or teens, 12 or 13. Yes, I so agree. So like,
Agree.
for me, when I was taught sex in high school, what I was really taught was just that, we were generally taught about the reproductive organs and STIs and stuff, and using a condom when you're having sex. But like getting in depth with it, like how do you prepare yourself for sex, what are the, in depth as to how you can, prevent certain stuff, like probably pregnancy, or how you can, what to do when you become pregnant, all of those things. Which is why when teenagers become pregnant, they tend to drop out of school permanently, and they don't, school not see them back after that, because they're just not being properly educated, so they get lost in the system, and the cycle just continues. So I definitely do believe that more is needed to be said, but it also should start from the home with parents. But then it's another topic.
What I was saying to Ash as well, to each his own, and not every parent or parents are great parents and will give this type of education in the home. So that's where the school system now comes in, and it's very important for them to assist or help out how they can to get children to learn the proper ways or age in which they should be considering these type of activities. You get me? So I was saying to Ash earlier when we were talking about it that the thing is, children or teenagers go to school and they really hear about sex from their peers, and sometimes when their peers are sharing with them about sex, they have a very skewed understanding or misinformed or not properly informed understanding of sex. So let me read what Jasana is saying. She said, yes, from the home. I don't know why parents are uncomfortable with this topic. Have to keep in mind some parents themselves are ignorant. Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
So many of them didn't learn themselves, so the cycle just keep continuing and continuing.
Yeah, so truth be told, some parents are not equipped to talk to their child or children about sex. And yeah, so that's why I said it would be great or a good idea for it to be implemented in the school systems. Just like any other subject, it develops over time. You don't just get into the deep and the deep scientific aspects of it at a young age. It gradually develops. The lessons taught are gradually developed, and as you get older, to reaching sixth form, then college, and you learn some more deeper things about sex as opposed to at a younger age. So because a lot of young people have, as I said, a skewed or misinformed understanding of sex because they're hearing it from their peers. And truth be told, a lot of young people are engaging in these activities and they don't know the proper ways in which to go about it, and in the process they they harm themselves and harm the person they're doing it with, and so
Yeah, so one other point to note is that the reality is that a lot of students, even from high school, are sexually active, right? And maybe if it is that we implement sexual education as a topic in schools, then students won't be so misinformed and so hyped up about sex to really want to go and have it, and just because a lot of us, run to have sex because of we're curious, so we want to try it, and we want to say, oh, I wonder how that feel. And you hear John and Jake and Jill and Sam, everybody talking about it, and then you're like, I want to try it, and then you feel like you like a guy, and you
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like a relationship equals sex,
Right,
because
right.
many people say once you're having sex with somebody, I guess that seals the deal for the relationship. But in high school, that's a mentality, as in, yeah, I think that's a mentality of
Yeah, yeah,
most high
yeah, yeah.
schoolers. You're having sex with somebody, so you're in a relationship with them, but really and truly that person might just be a sexual partner for you, and relationships are much more than sex. So a lot of those things I don't think we're exposed to
Mm-hmm.
understand the depths of relationships. We're just thinking, oh, sex, I want to have sex, and once you're having sex,
Right,
that's
right.
it. Let's read some of the comments.
All right. So let me say, but sometimes it's not the parents; it's a child avoiding the conversation.
The
Okay.
child avoiding the conversation. I guess that depends on the relationship you have with your child. If you have a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
relationship with your children or child, then you,
Hi, Talicia.
it
Say hi,
won't be.
Devanash.
Hi, Talicia. It won't be hard to talk to your child about sex, because
Mm-hmm.
they are curious. They're going to want to know about sex. Just
Right.
educate them the right way, because it's better you tell them than somebody out there tell them.
Exactly, because they're gonna hear eventually.
Right. Some parents don't know the correct way to discuss this with their children. That is so true. Some
Mm-hmm.
parents are very ignorant. They weren't taught about sex themselves. They still haven't
Right, right.
educated themselves even though they're having sex. So infections
Exactly.
come, baby come, you know, all kind of things come, and they're just like them just a go through. Them not really spend time to educate themselves. Something come up, them just take themselves gone a doctor, and that's it.
Mm.
Curiosity killed the cat. Right, so
Yeah, yeah.
that's happening for many of us. So out of curiosity, we go and have sex, and
Mm-hmm.
many, as a result of that, many teenage pregnancies happen, and
As I said, you do it in the wrong way.
yeah,
Cause harm to yourself, and because you're not educated on it.
yeah. And you see the music that we're listening to, it goes back to the same topic that we were talking about some weeks ago. That music does influence, have an influence on crime and violence and other things too, because many of the music that we're listening to nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes even with sex, there are certain types of music you want to hear or listen to that put you in that mood and make you feel, like you want to, you know
Yeah, yeah.
do that thing. I'm trying to
Right.
keep in mind that there might be to
Youngsters on the
younger
life.
persons on this. So yeah, so the music that we're listening to, the dancehall music, is telling us that, aggressive sex is it, the daggering and all of that. And the reality is, when you start having sex, you discover that, wait, then aggressive might work for some persons, but it might not work for another person.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to be gentle. Sometimes you have to, just understand, say, this is how this works for that person. So there are many things to explore about sex that we're not being taught, that we're just left to find out for ourselves. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, as much as you can, educate yourself on sex until, it is possible someday for them to implement sexual
Right.
education as a subject in school.
Right.
So try to educate yourself, because it's very important, and there are many different levels and depths to sex that we are just not taught.
Right.
Right?
And I feel like society has taken over the minds of the young adults or young people in general. Like in terms of I feel like the school system or people who are in position to teach should now take the place or the forefront to capture back the minds of the young people, to show them the proper way, teach them the proper way how to go about having sex, because the ways in which they're hearing from different sources around, as shared music, even pornography and online, the different means in which they're receiving this information, is giving them the wrong ways to go about
Yeah.
having sex.
And it's so weird that when you actually try to do the right thing and you want to, because you want to know more about sex, right? You want to know more about sex, so you go on the internet then because you don't know. You hear people talking about it and stuff, so you go and you search up certain things, and then if it is that you hear somebody coming in the other room, you quickly close that up. No, I think we should normalize learning about sex, as long as it is that you're not trying to be promiscuous or trying to have sex too early, or trying to have sex outside of marriage and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Then definitely educate yourself on sex, because that knowledge is going to help you when the time comes.
Right, and even
Well, then get some
implementing biblical principles in the lessons as well, so that young people or children growing up can know that, hey, it's best to go about this thing in the proper way, and waiting until marriage, knowing that your body is a temple and all these things, so you want to save yourself for the right person in marriage, and you don't want to be promiscuous and move from bed to bed, partner to partner, and then cause emotional, physical, all kind of
and
damages
other
to yourself.
things, like you're exposing yourself to pregnancy, you're exposing yourself to possible STIs, infections, so many things out there that we just don't know about until it happens. The curiosity of the child without the proper protection, infections can spread, the child can be born, etc. Okay. Ooh, that's our time. Okay. Jasana says, so true, Ash. That's why sex is best in marriage, where you can discuss with your partner and discover what you're both comfortable with. Yes, I think that was based on one of my previous points.
Right.
When the child does avoid it is when the parents wait too long to start talking up and the child start learning on their own or get involved in sex. Yep, that's sometimes the case, definitely. So you don't start learning already, then your parents want to talk about it, then it becomes awkward because they never told you about this.
Right.
And then so it's not normalized in many homes. That's so true. Yes, I think that was previous point as well. So true. It shouldn't be an uncomfortable topic for families, church, or school. Yes, sometimes you bring up sex in church and people looking at you like, what she talk about? Like,
Right.
we need to normalize it, because the reality is that this is what
It's
is
happening.
causing our youths to go out and explore on their own, because they're not being taught. They're just going based off what they're hearing
from peers,
from
music,
musical
from
influences, movies, what you see in movies. When a sex scene come up on the TV screen and you're watching, you think it was a family movie, and then a sex scene just randomly pop up, and then you're like, should I go now? You're sitting there, and then your parent looking at you, you looking at them like, what do we do now? No, certain things must be normalized, as long as it's not too explicit, and you definitely can develop a certain relationship
so when
with your
those
child.
moments happen, you know that the child was educated on the subject, to know that, okay, I was taught that I should wait until marriage, so hey, I know that this is either the proper way or not the proper way, because they're not married or they're married, so you're educated on it, so it's not awkward or uncomfortable when it does come up.
Sorry, let me finish reading Abigail's comment. So Abigail says, all institutions should inform them properly, and when they do, they will make more informed decisions. Right. So you're not just listening, you're not just going off of curiosity or peer pressure. Naomi says, wait until marriage is the way to go. kids come about, and when the person or child is ready to start dating and get married, the person who they like don't want the child and stuff. Yes, so many issues can come. Therefore, they end up raising a child alone. Yes, so that's just
Right.
one of the what you call it, the circumstances that can happen, but there are many different things that can happen as a result of having sex too early, and not doing it the proper way because you're not properly educated on it.
Right.
So many people just say, oh, two reproductive organs involved, penis, vagina, and that's it. No, it goes deeper, and it should be normalized in schools and in society. Like as Abigail rightly put it, church, school, in the homes, everywhere. We shouldn't be uncomfortable about talking about that topic, because the reality is that none of us would be here today if it wasn't for two adults having sex. Right? Even the cartoons that the children are watching are teaching them more than what the parents are, and everywhere else is telling the students. I see this cartoon Loud House, where they're, I'm not getting to it. So guys, I think we should end on that note. I don't see any more comments coming in, so I think we can end on that note. And if you think that you want to continue the discussion, remember you can always leave a comment. We'll see it and respond to it. And yeah, let's keep the conversations going. Remember, we go live every Monday at 7, and we'll always have some interesting topics that we definitely feel need to be discussed, and they should be brought to the forefront. And we are just being here, trying to hear what you have, what your thoughts are, and sharing our thoughts and experiences with you.
Alright, guys.
So on Friday, we're trying to give you guys a banger video. We recently came back from a little trip and stuff, and we have a little surprise for you guys.
We have some footage, guys, so look out for that.
So guys, so just look out for the upcoming vlogs and videos. That's all we'll say. So stay with us, and let's keep growing. Share our videos, share our channel, and we are here.
Yes, guys. So
Susanna says she's ready. Ready, girl. We're ready. Such an interesting topic, guys. Thank you too, girl. Thank you for tuning in. Do a funny topic next time. No, Naomi, this is a serious place for serious discussions. I mean, we can have laughs, but not necessarily a funny topic. Hill topics are for actual issues that we want to discuss and actually find solutions to. I really enjoy this topic. Yes, Janelle, thank you.
Thanks.
Or you could have a riddle night. Good idea.
Or that too,
Good idea. So we'll consider the riddle night and other stuff. Like we have giveaways. We have so many exciting things coming. Remember, we still have that giveaway. We're thinking to change it because we're not seeing as many people as we would have wanted to be engaged in the current giveaway that we have going on. So we're thinking to change that. We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, guys.
So we'll see you guys in the next.
Yes,
it's a surprise.
Yes, it is.
So we'll see you guys in the
next video.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yes, guys.
Watch the ads if you see them. Bye.